and welcome back to the channel. This is Mackenzie Kellier, also known as Mother Hummingbird in the internet realms. Okay, yeah, clearly I'm living my best life today. My toddler, who is now 16 months, right, is down for a nap. So I went outside and got some sunshine, and now I'm in here living my best life, getting hydrating my face because I was literally looking like a crackhead. Moving on. So today I wanted to talk about my first year as mom, as mother, as my baby Clay's mom. Wow, yeah, so I had my year one as a mom in August, so this video is a couple months past due, but nonetheless, I've been a mom for officially a year now. Well, 16 months, but a year now. And there are a lot of lessons I've learned and a lot of revelations I've had just as a person, as a whole, just being mom, that I want to share with you guys today. I want to share with you 3 main things that I have written on my note card. But yeah, also just anything that comes up for me. So as a mom, if you're a mother, you know that every single day you are learning a new lesson. And then you're also learning like 50,000 lessons within that lesson. There's so much shadow work that needs to be done when you become a mother that is unavoidable. There are parts of you that you have never accessed before until you become a mother. There is something that awakens deep within you that is truly unexplainable, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to explain that in like 3 things. So the first thing that I want to talk about is how much your heart will expand in love, more than you have ever recognized or even thought was within you, really, until you become a mom. Like, I truly feel like every single day I am falling more and more in love with this little being, to the point where, like, I've explained it to my friends before, but like, I feel like I'm just gonna explode. Like, I literally feel like my heart is like just exploding everywhere, and I just like can't even contain myself. And it is really just the best feeling ever. I'm gonna keep readjusting this mask. Worry about yourself. So, yes, I would just say the first thing is just this crazy expansion of love. And I'm sure that's how it feels like, you know, when you have multiple children. Like, I bet going from child 1 to child 2 is an even bigger expansion of love. And I just feel like a better person overall because I have accessed such a deeper, more profound ability to love just people and the world and the earth and just myself even. So much more than ever before. The second thing that I want to talk about is just, and this is a huge lesson that I am just reminded of every single day in motherhood, is trusting the intelligence of life. Okay, yes. So what I mean by that is the intelligence that grew and knew how to grow an entire person in my womb is the same intelligence that backs us every day, that is around us, innately in us and without us every single day. This intelligence is always, it's like when you have a cut, you don't have to think to yourself, man, I really need this cut to heal, you know, what am I gonna do to heal this cut, you know? And there are things that we can do to aid in the healing of a wound, but ultimately it is the intelligence that is within our bodies, that resides within us all the time, that just takes care of itself on its own. The fact that I got pregnant, but the fact that I didn't have to think about the whole process of creating a child the whole time, it's just like that innate knowing of my body and God and the world and just the universe, whatever you want to call it, like that is just the innate intelligence of this earthly plane that we are existing on. And I just feel like a lot of us don't think about that enough. Like, that same intelligence is what is carrying you through the day to day. So like, don't ever doubt yourself. Don't ever doubt your child. Don't ever think about life sideways, really, because there is an intelligence within us that can make a human, that can create worlds. Okay, worlds. I am mind blown every day by that. So yeah, that's the second thing I want to talk about, is just trusting the intelligence of life. And the third thing I wanted to talk about is, that's the thing about these face masks. I feel like they never stay on where I want them to. The third thing I want to talk about today is, before I became a mom, I feel like I had a very developed spiritual practice where I had more time to just go to the gym and spend more time at the gym for X amount of time. I didn't have to think about all of the things like, oh, is the daycare open? Can I drop him off at the daycare so that I can do this, blah, blah, blah. Before I had a child, I could meditate whenever I wanted to. I could do yoga whenever I wanted to. I could go for a hike whenever I wanted to. I had all of these developed spiritual practices that, I was even a yoga instructor for 6 years, and I was even able to give that to other people. I had a very developed spiritual practice, but when you become a mother, it's crazy because you might not have the time to dedicate in the ways that you used to, but that doesn't mean that your life right now is any less connected or spiritual or whatever you want to call it, because there is so much work to be done in just the day to day. Raising a toddler is a spiritual practice. Let me tell you, you will be tested. You will have really challenging days that are very overstimulating. But that's the practice. That is the practice, taking a moment to take a deep breath so that I don't lose my shit when my toddler literally did something so out of pocket. But it's we just have to remember as mothers that what they are doing is completely developmentally normal for their age. All of the things that they're doing. I'm just now realizing that this is probably very creepy. This mask, to watch me talk in this mask. But you know what? I'm a mom, and right now the time that I have to do my self-care also happens to be the time that I'm doing this video. So there you have it, But as a mom, you end up just making it happen. At first I was how am I ever gonna sit down for yoga practice ever again? How am I ever gonna sit down for meditation practice ever again? But you really just find the ways to make that happen. For example, I go to a gym that has a daycare. The daycare is open within certain hours, and so I have to literally make sure my life works with that schedule so that I can have that hour to myself. So I go at 8:30 to 9:30 in the morning. That's an hour I get to myself. I can do whatever I want within that hour while he's in the daycare. I could sit in the sauna. I could go downstairs and meditate in a dark room. I could lift something very heavy. I could do some cardio. I could do whatever I want. I could do nothing. I could sit in the corner with something creepy on. I could literally do whatever I want for that hour. And that's if you don't curate that as a mother, you kind of won't get it. And so it's really important as a mom, which I've learned, is we have to curate the experience that we want even more so than we did before we had a child. Because before you have a kid, you can just do willy-nilly whatever you want with whatever you want at whatever time. But as a mom, you really got to get more intentional with every single moment of the day that you have, which is the practice. This happening right now on my face. So those are the three main things I want to talk to you guys about today, and just my experience of my first year as a mom. My heart has been expanded into love like I could have never imagined in the past. I trust the intelligence of life, and I just trust the process as a whole more than I ever have. I just know everything's going to be good. I grew a human. The same intelligence that grew that human has got my life under wraps. I ain't even worried. And just because you don't have all the time in the world like you used to before you have a kid doesn't mean that you can't curate that time now and just get better at time management and live your best life. Literally, most of the things that I used to do before I had a kid, I still do. Going to ecstatic dance, he just comes with us. Going to the gym, he just comes with me. Going on hikes, he just comes with us, And so it's I feel like a lot of people make parenting seem like the worst thing in the world, and make motherhood seem like something that is very it takes from you. But I really feel like I was given more things than was ever taken from me. becoming a mother. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. I'm grateful to have had a healthy experience as a mother. Like, I, went through the ringer, and with, things that I probably will never share on this channel, with the conception of my baby and just the traumatic things that happened for me in the beginning of this whole process of becoming a mother. But now that I'm a year in, I feel very much more grounded, and just I understand that the things that happened for me were for me, and I'm just here living it, no hate to anyone, no shade to anyone, but if you really know who I am and you are a close friend of mine, you will know the whole story. It was not easy for me. I'm not here to say I've had an easy breezy, beautiful cover girl experience of motherhood, but I had my challenges. I'm just all about perspective. And the perspective I choose is just that of optimism and peace, love, and joy. And I hope that can transcend into you as the viewer. Something that I'm very excited about is we are just a couple subscribers shy from reaching 300 hummingbirds on this channel, and I'm just so excited about that. So if you want to be the 300th hummingbird, go ahead and click the subscribe button down below. Also, don't forget to click the little bell notification so that you can get notified every single time I post a video, which is usually once a week, but like this week it's going to be twice a week. So you get a little extra video this week. You're welcome. I was feeling very inspired in my creative girl era, in my creative portal, whatever you want to call it. So yes, now that you've liked and subscribed to this video, go ahead and comment down below. If you are a mother, what is something that you learned and a big lesson you've learned in your first year of motherhood? If you are expecting, when's your due date? Share it down below. If you are aspiring to be a mother, share that journey down below. This is a community of hummingbirds, very resilient beings that I would like to curate a more like community vibe. So, share these things down below and we can have a conversation and ultimately hype each other up. I hope that this video served you well, and ultimately I just wanted to share my insight on my first year of being a mother and kind of have this as a little video journal, if you will, for my future self to watch when I'm like 2 years down the road with my child, or 4 years, 10 years, 20 years, 50 years down the road of motherhood, So, yeah.